Sorry about that, technical difficulties. Alrighty, but we are back. And I was telling you all about the scientific magic that are inside of these awesome balloons or bubbles. So what's happening with the bubble is a lot like the things that we've been talking about over the past couple of weeks. We've been talking about molecules and DNA and all of those really cool things. This is almost no different. Molecules are usually something, a thing filled by a thing. Molecules are usually a cell that is covered by a membrane and then filled with something else, like fat globules, for instance. If we think back to our butter episode, the globule molecule is the liquid fat inside of a water balloon type membrane. And that's exactly what's happening here. In this particular case, anytime we blow air into our liquid, what comes up, what sort of bubbles up to the surface, are these little tiny molecule-like substances that are covered with a membrane. In this case, our membrane is soap and water. So the soap molecule sandwiches the water molecule and helps keep the air inside because the air is light. And so every time we blow, we can make these big, fabulous bubble pies because they stack on top of each other with the help of our awesome glycerin, which creates a supportive layer between the water and soap molecules. So not only is it super scientific, but it is ultra beautiful. I'm gonna help you take this to the next level. Grab a balloon, if you have one on hand, and blow it up. You can even draw a fun little face on it if you want to before you blow it up. Let's see what we drew. We can sort of see a light little face. Our Sharpie was darker down. Oh well. So what we're gonna do next is I'm gonna help you discover the power of electricity. Yeah, we're gonna generate a little bit of electricity, and you know how we're gonna do it? By rubbing it on ourselves. I'm wearing a sweater, and I'm going to generate electrons. I'm generating electrons. Ooh, ooh. And then let's see if I can make my bubbles dance. Ah! Do you see that? Let me try to generate more electrons. Rub it on my pants. Rub it on my sweater. Do you see the bubbles reaching for the balloon? Ah! Do you see that? Isn't that super cool? So what's happening here is electrons are negatively charged particles. And the particles that are on the surface of the bubbles are positively charged particles. Now, if we think back to our electromagnetic or our magnetism episode, then we know that positive and negative do what? They attract each other. And that's exactly what's happening. So every time I charge my balloon, all it wants to do is dance with my bubbles. This is so super fun. And sometimes you can even get the bubbles to jump onto the balloon. Let's see if I can do it. Did you see that? I'm gonna see if a different, I tried it already once before. Let's try it. See if I can get my bubbles to jump. Are you guys able to get your bubbles to jump? I would love to know what kind of dish soap that you're using for this project and see if there are any different experiences that you're having. These bubble projects are awesome examples of the scientific method. They help us to investigate, experiment, and observe. Let's see. Do you see why I said this is the perfect project to go outside with? Luckily, it's super clean. Get my electrons. Ooh, it's reaching forward, it's reaching forward. This project is so fantastic. I hope that you have fun with it. The next thing we're gonna do, of course, is go to our active hour. I might just take these outside and run around a little bit and play with my bubble pie and my balloons. If you do this project, please make sure that you tag me in it. I would love to see what recipe you use, the different things that you discovered, and of course, have your parents sign up for our nightly newsletter at thefablab.com, where we will be setting out all kinds of different instructions and fun things and explanations and printables for this project tonight. I can't wait to see you guys in the active hour. Let's clean this up. Or you know what? You could totally skip the active hour and just go outside and run around with these. But if you're not gonna do that, which I highly discourage, go get yourself ready, clean this up, and I will meet you in the active hour up next. What's up, Fab Labbers? It is Crazy Aunt Lindsay, and I'm here with Coach Ace, and you friends are in the active hour. Coach Ace is gonna take us through some awesome exercises, and then, well, you'll just have to see. Awesome. Take it away, Coach Ace.
Yeah, all right, Fab Labbers. We're going to get it going with just a quick warm-up to get ourselves going. Remember, always doing whatever we do. Remember to always smile. Remember to always be in good spirits. And always enjoy yourself while we're making it happen. So we're going to start it off nice and big with some bounces. We're going to go up and down just on the back or the front. Wherever you are, you just want to bounce just a little bit. Start to actively get into whatever you're doing. Let it all loose. Shake your arms out while you start to bounce as we start to make this movement. We're going to count it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. There you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. We start our second bounce this time around. We're just going to bounce to the side to side, every single time, slowly. Still getting our heart rates up, still making big movements, still enjoying what we got going on. Roll your shoulders back, keep your chest up, bring those elbows in nice and tight as you bounce to the left and right of your mat every single time. We start our 10-second countdown. 10, 9, count with me, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done, Fab Labbers. We keep moving on. We got arm rolls. Take your arms all the way out. Fingertips spread out nice and wide, and we just make tiny little circles. Tiny little circles. You don't have to stay in one spot. You can move and move around the room as long as you're moving your arms nice and easy. And from this point, we slowly start to make them a little bit bigger, rounding it all the way out. Crazy Aunt Lindsay fell into the tree. As we roll those arms around, we slowly bring them back to tiny movements, taking them backwards this time around. Rotate around, keep it rolling, keep it feeling good, all the way around, and then we make the movements bigger, all the way around, bringing them all the way back up every single time. Nicely done. We take it, we keep with the warm up. We're gonna go right into a knee grab. Find some placement on your mat. Bring your right knee all the way up. Nice and easy. Take that right hand, grab the front portion of that knee, pull it all the way up. We hold nice and tight. Flex that toe up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah. Second leg, bring it all the way up. Left leg comes all the way up. Grab the front portion of that knee. We start that 10 count one more time. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As we keep moving with that little bit of a warm-up, take those arms out in front of you nice and wide. Spread those fingertips out. All we do is turn the palms up, take them back down. Turn them up and down. Let me see the bottoms of your hands. Flip them back over every single time. Remember to go. We start our 10 count. Crazy Aunt Lindsay, are you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And for the last bit of a warm-up, we're going to take our arms from this position. Bring them all the way up. Nice and easy. Bend those legs as you bring them all the way up. Take those thumbs to the back of the room. We take them all the way down. We go up one more time just to get it going. Fish it all the way up. Slight bend. Bring it all the way back up. All right, Fab Labs, now that we've got that warm-up in, it is time to slowly start to get into our workout and pick up where we left off. We're going to start with a little bit of lower body, which means we're going to divide it in half, and we're going to start with the section from this section all the way down. And then we're going to work with the upper body. We're going to go from this section all the way back up, and then we'll hit the midsection for a little bit of abs, and then we'll combine everything and make it into one total body exercise. So as we get ready to go down to the ground, we're going to start. So get your feet shoulder width apart. We're going to go right into some simple squats today. So all we do is push our hips back, keep your hands up to the front, and then slowly bring those hips back up. Drive it all the way down. Remember to smile. Bring it all the way back up. Take it all the way back, palms up towards the sky as like you're asking for something. And then we bring it all the way back up, and then we take it all the way back down. We're going to speed it up here just a little bit, and we're going to knock out 10 of these together. Crazy Aunt Lindsey, are we ready to go? Let's roll. We count it out. Let's go. 10, up, 9, up, 8, up, 7, up, 6, up, 5, up, 4, looking good, folks. 3, all right, Fab Labbers. 2, we got one more to go. And 1, nicely done. Give yourself a round of applause for knocking that one out. Elbows, 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 and we move on. We're going to take it to a lunge. So find yourself a big enough space so that we can go to the front of our mat or to the back of the room. So we're going to take this right leg, step it up forward, drop it down 90 degrees, push yourself all the way back up every single time. Take it down, squeeze, shift your weight back every time. Down, there you go. You look good out there. Take it all the way back up. All the way down, nicely done. Push it all the way back. We start our 10 count, Crazy Aunt Lindsey. It's time to roll.
Starting.
Let's go. 10, drive it back. 9, looking good, folks. 8, there you go.
7,
there you go. 6, make it big, scream it out. 5, there you go. 4, 3, there you go. 2, last one. 1, yay! And we move to the opposite side. Left side, take that big step forward and drop that back knee down. Bring it all the way back up. Push it up. Let's go. Nice and easy. You're feeling this in that front part of that leg. Bring it all the way back. It's time to start that 10 count as we roll. Get ready. 10. Nice. 9. Wonderful. 8. There you go. I see those smiles. 7. 8. 6. There you go. 5. 4. 3. Nicely done. 2. Last one. 1. Woo. Clap it out for yourselves. Give yourself a round of applause. And just when you thought we were done with that, we take it to the opposite direction this time around. Instead of stepping forward, we're going to step it back. Same degree, same move forward. Take it back. Let's go, Crazy Aunt Lindsey, as we roll today. Oh yeah, taking it back. And then we squeeze to the front. Taking it back, squeeze to the front. Let it burn today. We start our 10 count a little bit early this time. 10, there you go. Let that sweat start happening. 9, there you go. 8, we're remembering to breathe. 7, keep it rolling. 6, we start to get down. 5, wonderful. 4, there you go. 3, 2, make that baby movement. Last one. 1, yeah. And we move to the opposite leg to keep it rolling again. Left side, take it all the way back. Squeeze and get yourself back to the top. Take it down and squeeze and get back up to the top. Take it down and up. Your 10 count starts now. 10, let's go, Fab Labbers. 9, there you go. 8, I hear you out there breathing. 7, you're having fun. 6, screaming out loud. Give me 5, there you go. 4, look alive. 3, nice. 2, and that last one, take it down. Yeah, Crazy Aunt Lindsey already knows where we're going, so we're gonna drop down to the ground right along with her this time around. From here, we're gonna get our feet nice and flat to the ground. All you're gonna do is lay it all the way back. Lay your neck and head relaxed. Take all 5 or all 10 of your fingers, make a connection with that ground. From here, drive that right leg up. Your heel goes up, toe points towards you. We drive those hips all the way up and squeeze at the top. Let it down. Squeeze at the top. Let it down. Squeeze at the top of Lindsey. We start our 10 count. Let's go. We've got 10. Let it down. 9. Let it down. Remember to squeeze at the top. 8. Make it a big one. 7. Drive that leg up towards the ceiling. 6. Even though I can't see you, remember to smile. 5. There you go. 4. Driving it up. 3. Nicely done. 2. And then we go one more, big one. And then slowly let it down. We rotate to the opposite leg. We're gonna do the same thing we just did on that leg and make it even better this time around.
You got this, guys. Do what you can.
There you go. Same attitude as Crazy on Lindsey. Bring that leg all the way up. All 10 fingers make a connection to the ground. Relax your neck. Drive that heel all the way up towards that sky. Slowly let it down. Drive up. And then slowly let it come down. One more time, all the way up. And now we've got the practice out of the way. Let's move. Count to 10. 10. There you go. 9. 8. Let me hear it. 7. There you go. 6. Make it big. 5. There you go. 4. You're looking good out there. 3. There you go. 2. We got one more to go. Drop it all the way up. Woo! Nicely done, Fab Labbers. As we continue to keep rolling, no need to get up. We stay down right where we are. We're gonna roll right into a little bit of abs. We hit our midsection. And then we did our bottom. We're gonna do our midsection, then we'll make it up to the top. So from here, we got it very easy. Both feet go nice and flat again. You're gonna lay it all the way back. Take your hands slightly behind your head. We're gonna come all the way up to a sit-up, all the way to the top. And then slowly let ourselves come all the way down. You can even put your hands on your shoulders as you drive it up and slowly take it back down. Remember, at any point today, if you feel like you need to take a quick break or grab yourself some water, do so. Take whatever you need and we keep moving. We start our 10 count this time around. Crazy on Lindsey, coming with me. We've got 10.
Go 10.
There you go. We've got 9. Smile. We've got 8. Hopefully you're having fun. 7. There you go. 6. 5. Nice. 4. 3. 2. Last one. And 1. Nicely done. Give yourself a high five. Elbows, elbows, elbows to make it complete. We keep rolling. We keep going in that midsection. We've got crunches coming your way. Instead of a full sit-up, we're only going to do half, just bringing your shoulder blades up. So from here, feet are going to be shoulder width apart. We're going to take our hands all the way down, and we're going to slowly come up just a little bit and put it back down towards the ground. Bring it up, shoulder blades up, tap your head back to the ground. Bring it all the way up, and then slowly bring it down. We've got 10 to get ourselves started. We roll into it. Bring it up, that's 10. Take it down. Bring it up. That's 9. Take it down. Up for 8. Down. Up for 7. Down. Nice. Up for 6. Down. Up for 5. Down. Up for 4. Down. Up for 3. Down. Up for 2. Down. Last one. All the way up. And then slowly let it go. We keep rolling today. All we're gonna do is flip our legs around. We bring it all the way to hands and knees this time around. So from this point, we're gonna take our hands and we're gonna walk our legs all the way out. And we're gonna hold ourselves up. From here, we're gonna add a little bit of a shoulder tap today if you want to. If that's too much for you, you're gonna drop down to your knees and we're gonna still hold on to that shoulder tap, but we're gonna also do it together at the same time. So get yourself set up, we walk those legs back, we come up to that high plank, and from here we start our taps, we count them out, 10 on each side.
I'm
We've
gonna stay
got
on my knees.
10, Crazy on Lindsey's on her knees, 10, we keep rolling. 9, nicely done over there, 9, I see you. 8, come on Fab Labbers, 8, 7, nice, 7, 6, looking good out there. 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, and 1. Nicely done. Hopefully you've worked up a sweat. Shake it out just a little bit. Take some time to wipe off your brow to get some of that sweat out of your eye. And we keep rolling. We're gonna stay in this position. We take it down to the ground. Knees and hands. From here, you're gonna extend either your right and left leg on your left hand and your right leg. So from here, you take it all the way back, extend, bring it up, take it back down to the ground. We switch to the opposite side every single time, bringing it back down. Now we add crazy on Lindsey into it. We do our 10 count and we keep rolling. Drop it down, we ready to go? We count it out. The first one goes out. Left arm, right leg. Take it out. 10, swap it out. 9, swap it out. 8, swap it out. 7, swap it out. 6, there you go. 5, 4, nice. 3, there you go. 2, look alive. And 1. Nicely done, folks. You're looking good out there. Smile. Remember, everything's okay. And then we're going to take it down. We've got one more left to go. It's a single leg V up this time around. We'll lay it all the way out. Legs will extend. From here, you'll bring your hands up, reach towards your toe, take it back down every single time. Swap it out. Crazy Aunt Lindsey joins in. We start with a count of 10. Each one is 1, 2, and we roll right through it. As we take it all the way up, let's roll it there. We take it up. That's 10. Nice. Let your abs talk to you. 9, 8, wonderful. 7, how we doing over there, Crazy Aunt Lindsey? There you go. 6, there you go. 5, it's okay if you can't talk. 4, you're putting in all the work today. I feel it. 3, big movements. 2, we've got one more to go. Last one, all the way up. Bring it up. And 1. Nicely done. Elbows to Aunt Lindsey over there.
How are you guys doing? Woo!
Hopefully you're doing well. And now we move up to upper body. We're going to stay right where we are for this one, so keep in mind. We lay it all the way out this time around. When we lay it out, we extend those arms and those legs, and it's almost like we're in a swimming pool.
Like swimming.
Swimming, and we swim. If you want to make the movement bigger, make it bigger. We'll count it out. We'll do a 10 count. And then we'll be done with it. Take your arms all the way out. Lay them out straight. We get ready to flutter, and we count down as one big group. Ready to go, Crazy Aunt Lindsey?
I'm ready to go.
We're rolling. Let's roll. We go 10, 9, 8. Let me hear you. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. We're going to come up to a full-on stance. You've been down on the ground for way too long. Time to stand up and have a little bit of fun. We're going to work it out with a nice series of punches and jabs today as we get it rolling around.
But don't punch or jab your siblings.
There you go. Only the air. So shake it out one good time. Give your arms a big movement. Round them out. Feel good. Give me that one more smile. And then we set it up nice and easy. Take those hands. Both hands we cover our face. We've got our left leg out front. Right leg is back. From here we're going to jab. 1. Bring it back. Jab. 2. Bring it back. Jab. 3. Bring it back. Jab. 4. Nicely done. Cover that face. 5. Look alive and smile. 6. You're looking good out there. 7. Nicely done. 8. Come on. 2 more to go. 9. Last one. Drive it out. And 10. Those shoulders are burning. We swap sides. Same setup. Take that right leg to the front. Left leg back. Hands protect your face. We shoot it out. For 1. Bring it back. 2. Nicely done. 3. 4. There you go. 5. Remember to keep that hand covering that face. 6. 7. 8. 9. 1 more to go. And 10. Nicely done, folks. Give yourselves a round of applause. We've knocked out the 2 upper bodies, and we close it out. We got 2 total bodies to get you going. A series of jumping jacks start us out. Nice and easy. You'll find your placement on your mat. Bring the feet in nice and tight. Hands come right to the side as you jump. You take them up. Legs come out. As you come back in, we bring them back in. We go together as a count. We'll do 20 of these just to get the heart rate up, just to feel good. Shake it out. Feel good, Fab Labbers. Let's get going and bring it all the way up. Let's go. 10. There you go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make it big. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Woo! Don't you feel good?
Take that jumping jack.
There you go. Defeating and conquering one at a time. And from there, we're going to take it down to the ground for just a little bit of total body. We're going to add a little bit of inchworm to it, keeping it nice and simple. So step all the way back away from the screen. Set yourself all the way up. All we do is we take those arms, we float them up, nice and big, and once you get them nice and big, you give me a nice forward fold from here. Make a connection with the ground. Walk your hands all the way out. Take it all the way, nice and easy, nice and still. From here, all you do is walk those hands all the way back. And once you get to the top, slowly unfold, bring those hands back up to the top, nice and done. We're gonna add 5 of those to what we got going on. And once we're done with that 5, we continue to move on. Take those arms all the way up. Give me a nice forward fold, fold in half. Walk yourself all the way back out to that high plank. Remember, we're still smiling, we're still feeling good. From here, walk it all the way back towards your toes. Slowly come all the way up, fold up. That's 5. We keep rolling, take it down. All the way in half, nice. Crazy, Lindsey is Fab Lab. Push it all the way back up, nice and easy. Show me how strong you are as you bring those arms all the way up. And then we slowly take them down. We've got 3 more to go. Walking it all the way out. Find that hold. Shift that weight back. Walk your hands back towards those toes. Let those arms come all the way up, nice and big. We've got 2 more to go this time around. All the way out. Look alive out there. Squeeze. We push it all the way back up one more time, and we bring those arms all the way up. And then we got 1 more big one. Make this your best one. Fold in half. Walk it all the way out. Hold on to it once you got it. Push it all the way back. And once you get to the top of that, you stand it all the way back up. Nicely done today, Fab Labbers. Awesome. We're gonna go through a wonderful cool down really quickly, just to let your body come back down from where you are, and then Crazy Aunt Lindsey will take us out from there. So from there, we're gonna go to all around the world. So take those arms all the way up, almost like we're circling the globe. Let them touch, and then we take it all the way back down. We do 2 more of those. Make it big. Let those fingertips touch, take it all the way back down. We've got 1 more to go. 1 more, big, 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 big. Ah, nice, and let it go. Nice and easy. From here, there you go. Nice shake out of Crazy Aunt Lindsey. Bring those arms all the way up this time around. Let that hand fold down. Right arm comes down to the center of your back. Just in case you were wondering what it looks like, we try and touch this spot. We hold for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take them all the way back up. We swap it all the way back out. Other side, remember, we're touching in the center of our back. We count it out together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done, Fab Labbers. We keep rolling. So we take our feet out nice and wide, and from this position, you're gonna shift it over, take your forearm, just lay it right on top of your knee. You feel that little bit of a stretch. Look down at the ground. Remembering happy stuff, remembering to smile, remembering to feel good about your movements. And once you've taken it there and you feel it a little bit, we swap it out. Nice, Crazy Aunt Lindsey. And you drop it down. If you want to go nice and low like her, take it that way. Tip your toe up towards the ground. You come up on your hip and keep your chest up nice and proud. Letting it all feel good as we slowly release all the things we've done to our bodies today. We bring it all the way back up. And from here, you give me that last big all around the world as we take it all the way up. 1 big movement. Breathe. Nicely done. And let it go. Nice job today, folks. Check it out.
Awesome. Coach Ace, thank you so much. Make sure you check out Coach Ace on Instagram and all of the places that are going to be linked down below. I'm going to go wash my hands, wipe off my face, and meet you in the Fab Lab lunchbox. See you soon. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fab Lab Digital Daycare. We're in the lunchbox where we make stuff for lunch that's delicious and easy and delicious and easy. Well, today is super special. Every day is super special. I know that I say that a lot, but today is super special. Why? Because we're going to the stove for what? For grilled cheeses. I am so excited to have grilled cheese today. I haven't had grilled cheese in so super duper long. I do wish that I had one extra thing to take my extra cheese, to take my grilled cheese to the next level. But maybe we'll do that next week or later this week. I have a feeling that we're going to be doing grilled cheeses more than once this week. Okay, for this, it's super duper simple. In the overhead shot, I've got a couple of things here. Fruit, as always, to take our lunch to a whole new level. I've got some pesto, because what we're making, friends, is, in fact, a pesto grilled cheese. You know Crazy Aunt Lindsey loves her grilled cheese, her pesto. We have some Havarti cheese. That's just what we had left over from late last week's grocery run. We're not going to bother making another one until I think tomorrow we're trying to cut down our store visits for social distancing purposes to once a week. So in here was a little bit of a pat of butter, about, I don't know, half a tablespoon of butter. It is already on the stove, which we're going to go to in just a second, right after we build our sandwich. To make grilled cheese, it's super simple. To make our extra special Fab Lab grilled cheese, the first thing we're going to do is add a bit of pesto. Now remember, if you are allergic to tree nuts, pesto might not be a good idea for you. Why? Because pesto is special because it's got pine nuts in it. The most delectable, sweet, delicious nut in all the land. Yes, I said it's true. If you have another idea of one that's better, you can submit it and then I'll vote on it, but I'm gonna vote no. It's so delicious, so I'm gonna add this pesto to my bread and I'm just gonna roll it, I'm going to roll it around. I'm gonna spread it around on my bread. And then, and guys, if you want, you can add tomato. This is just what I'm making. I wanna see what you're going to make in your special lunchbox kitchen. So then I'm going to layer my cheese on it, on top of the pesto. I've just got 2 little slices right here. I also have a little extra piece that fell off. I'm gonna eat it because I love Havarti cheese. So delicious. And then I'm gonna smack it. Do it one more time. Smack it! Smack that bread shut. This is done in honor of our balloons. Do you remember earlier when I was telling you about bubbles and how bubbles are little water sandwiches with soap molecules and a water molecule in between? In honor of that. So the next thing I'm gonna do, guys, is go over to my beautiful pre-lit, pre-warming butter in my pan. And friends, all I'm gonna do is lay it. Listen to that delightful sizzle. I'm going to get a spatula for turning purposes. So here's my wooden spatula. All I'm going to do is let this hang out here, roll my sleeves up. I'm gonna let this hang out here and get nice and brown on one side and I'll flip it. So the first thing that I did was I put about half a tablespoon of butter, about half of a good chunk of about a half of an inch or less of pat of butter into my skillet, let it melt, laid my sandwich on it. Again, we've got pesto, Havarti cheese, but you can do anything you want. You could add some tomato, you could add American cheese, you could even do cream cheese. You do not have to use pesto like I did. That's just what I chose to do. But you can just make it as fancy as you want. If you're a carnivore, if you like to eat meat, you could add turkey or ham to this and make a beautiful little Monte Cristo. If anyone has ever heard of Monte Cristo, you're going to really enjoy that. Layer it with some jam. Yes, I said jam. Mr. Marceau loves turkey jam sandwiches, and we bring it to the next level by making them grilled. So while we let that cook over here, I'm gonna turn my heat up just a little bit. I'm gonna come back to you guys here and I'm gonna make the rest of my lunch. What am I gonna do? Of course, Crazy Aunt Lindsay loves apples. So I'm going to slice a few apples. I already sliced my apples, so I'm just gonna get my cutting board out of the way. And I'm going to bring, oh, this is gonna be great. I'll just move this whole thing out of the way. So here are my apples, which I absolutely love. So sweet, so tasty. We can totally add some nut butter to these, but I think what I'd like to do is add a little yogurt. Let's see what I've got. Let's see what I've got. I thought I had a bit of yogurt in here. I think I have, well, I've got some plain yogurt right here. And so what I'll do is it's got a little water inside. I'll grab a spoon. And if I've got a bit of honey. I hear my sandwich sizzling. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop over to my stove cam and make sure that it's all going well. Oh, it just feels wonderful. It feels wonderful. I washed my hands, so I'm going to just gently use my hand and my spatula to take a look at what lies beneath. Oh, and it's beautifully brown. So I'm going to just flip it. I'm using honey oat bread in today's sandwich. I'm going to let that keep melting. And then, oh, perfect. I found the delicious yogurt I was looking for. So I'm not going to use my plain yogurt because all I was going to add to this was a little bit of cinnamon. You know, Crazy Aunt Lindsey loves her cinnamon, and a bit of honey. And to it, I was going to add my apples, but I don't have to do that anymore. I can just use my cherry. So I'm going to get a dish for my cherry. Delicious cherry action. So good. So I'm going to set that up over here. I'm going to open up my delicious black cherry yogurt from Tillamook. Shout out to you guys. Lindsey loves a good dairy co-op. Alrighty. So we're just gonna mix this up and we're gonna pour it in the bowl. And that's about it. If you have any granola on hand, you can sprinkle a little granola on it for a little bit of a side. And then I'm just going to lay my, oops, they kind of fell in. That's okay. I'm gonna lay my beautiful apples in. I'm gonna try and set these up without getting too much yogurt on my fingers. Nice, very nice. And then, because vegetables are important, I'm going to grab a few of my carrots. I've got julienne carrots, and stay tuned because in tomorrow's show, I'm going to teach you knife skills with my very special friend, Jacobson Valentine of Feed the Mass. He's gonna pop into our community class tomorrow and teach us some extra special knife skills in the community class in the afternoon session of the Fab Lab Digital Daycare. So make sure you stick around for that. And one of the things we're gonna learn is how to julienne a carrot. In this case, I just had some store-bought, so I'm just gonna put those down as a side. And then I'm gonna go back to my stove and check on my beautiful, oh, it is just melting and looking beautiful. I could have covered it to get the cheese to melt a little bit faster, but this looks perfect. I'm gonna turn off my stove. I'm gonna remove my nice, oh, there we go. So here I come with my delectable pesto sandwich. And just because I'm gonna cut mine in half, you know what? I'm gonna cut mine laid away from you. I'm gonna cut mine diagonally. I'm just gonna do it right. I was gonna do it on the paper, but I think I'm just gonna quickly do it on my cutting board. Just because it's right here. Hopefully you can see it. So I'm gonna transfer my sandwich and then I'm just gonna cut it diagonally. Oh my gosh. Look at how beautiful. I wish you were here to smell it. It smells gorgeous. Look at that delicious melty cheese, that beautiful, beautiful layer of green pesto. I'm gonna lay it right on here. And friends, I'm gonna pop on over and eat my Fab Lab lunch. Thank you so much for joining us in the morning session of the Fab Lab. I cannot wait to see you in the afternoon session, which you will get to see me in just a few minutes. Yep, 1:30 as always. And just as a quick note, starting tomorrow, we are switching to YouTube Live in addition to Facebook and hopefully Twitter. So if you would like to share with your friends how they can find us, thefablab.com, the Fab Lab YouTube channel / the Fab Lab HQ, and of course, right here on Facebook. I am so excited to see you then, but I can't wait to see you this afternoon. 1:30, gobble up your lunch, meet me right back here, and we've got some dance classes coming up. Yes, it's a dance class, so put on your dancing shoes. I'll see you in the afternoon. I can't see if the light is on or not, but I have a sneaking suspicion I'm back with all my Fab Labbers. Hello, welcome to the afternoon session of the Fab Lab Digital Daycare. I'm Crazy Aunt Lindsey, and we are here thanks to our amazing sponsors, Living Room Realty, Rain the Growth Agency, and of course, done in collaboration with our dear friend, Nisha of Vajika Lab. Shout out to everyone. Okay, I'm super excited for today's community class because we're doing a dance class. I'm super excited. Shout out to Miss Aubrey, who's going to teach us a little bit more than a 1-2 step. One of my favorite songs Finesse, yes, I said Finesse, by Bruno Mars. Is Bruno Mars? Bruno Mars, and I think there's a little Cardi B in there. So let's put on our dancing shoes and meet me in the Fab Lab dancing room right now.
Hi Fab Labbers, I'm Aubrey, and today we are going to be doing a fun and easy dance combination that you guys can do right at home. Okay, so I'm going to start off by teaching you guys the combination, and then we'll do it with music. Today's dance is going to be to Finesse by Bruno Mars. So to start, we're going to go over to our left side, and we're going to pump it up like that. So pump one to the left, then we're going to pump one to the right, and then we're going to do double to the left again. 1, 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's single, single, double, double. From here, we're going to lift up with our arms and then down low. So our arms are going like this when we go to the left side and down low when we go to the right side. So from the top, we have single, single, double, double, lift up and down. And then we're going to do the same thing to the right side. Same move, we have a single, single, now double, double. From here, we're going to go up to the right and down to the left. So all together from the top, we have single, single, double, double, up, down low. Now this side, single, single, double, double, up, down low. 7, 8. Great, now you guys learned the first part. Let's keep on going. So next we're gonna do a little flick up with our right leg. You're gonna pull it up with your arm and push it down. That happens a little bit faster. So we go out, up, down. So again, that move is just out. It's kind of like you're controlling your legs with your arm. So your right arm controls it with the heel, and then your left arm brings it up at the knee and down. So a little faster, that's out, up, down, and then to this side, we have out, up, down. Once we do both sides, we're going to do a little slide, pop it up, and other side, pop it up. So all together, that sequence looks like out, up, down, slide, up, up. Again, just like that, we have out, up, down, we slide to the left, slide to the right. Great. Now let's do it from the top. We have pump it up, double, up, down low. Pump it up, now double, up, down low. New part we have out, up, down, slide left. There's my dog. Again, out, up, down, slide right now, and left. So that was the first part. Let's go over it one more time. So we have single, single, double, up, down, low. Again, single, single, double, up, down, low. Now we kick, up, down, slide, up, Now same thing to this side. We kick, up, down, slide the other way, and other way. Great, that is the complete first half of the dance. Let's keep on going. Next, we're gonna do a little kick out. We have kick out with the right, out with the left, and then double with the right. So a little fast, it looks 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, just like that, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. And with music, the words are dripping in finesse. That's pretty much the tempo. So let's keep on going. We kicked with our right, left, double, double. We're gonna dip, pop it up, dip, pop it up. So that move is just, we're going to our right first. We're gonna scoop, arm comes up, scoop, arm comes up. That you can have fun, you can whip your hair if you want. Don't be afraid to show your personality when you do these moves. So let's put that all together. We have 1, 2, double, swoop, up, swoop, up. Now, you guessed it, we're gonna do it to this side. 1, 2, double, swoop, up, swoop, up. We are almost done. Let's go over it from the top. So we have single, single, double, up, down, low. Again, single, single, double, up, down, low. We kick, up, down, slide, up. Again, the side, kick, up, down, we slide, slide. New part, we kick out, double, scoop, up, scoop, kick out again, double, scoop, up, scoop, up. Very good. Now it's time to finish. So, after we come from the scoop up the second time, we're gonna do a little sway, side to side. We're gonna go 1, 2, and then we're gonna do a double to that side. So it's like a little circle. So we do 1 to this side, 1 to that side, now 2 to the right. Now again, 1 to that side, another to this side, 2 to the left. Good. Let's try it a little bit faster. We have 1, 2, double. 1, 2, double. There you go. All right, let's keep on going. So from the top of that phrase, we have kick, kick, double, swoop, swoop, kick, kick, double, swoop, swoop. Now we sway, we go to each side, double, 1, 2, and double. Good. To finish it, we're gonna do a kickball change. Now to break this step down, it's very easy once you get it. You kick up with the right, step on it, and out with the left. Then to the other side, we kick with the left, step on it, out with the right. A little faster, it looks like this. Kick, step, out, kick, step, out. Kick, step, out, kick, step, out. Now we're only doing it twice. So it'll look like this in the dance. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And that's it. All right, so we came from kick, kick, double, scoop, scoop, and kick, kick, double, scoop, scoop. Now we sway. 1, 2, double, 1, 2, add the kick, kick, ball change, kick, ball change. Now our last 2 moves. We are gonna jump up, hop 2 times to the back, 1, 2, out, and then to the front, 1, 2, pose. Whatever pose you want. So all together it looks like this. Kick, ball change, kick, ball change, hop, hop down, hop, hop, pose. Whatever pose you want. And that is the complete dance. So let's put it all together from the top. We go single, single, double, up, down, low. Single, single, double, up, down, low. We kick up, down, slide, slide, and kick up, down, slide, slide. Now we kick out, 1, 2, double, scoop, up, up again, kick, kick, double. We scoop, up, scoop. Now we sway in 1, 2, double, 1, 2, double. Kick, ball change, up, up, down, up, pose. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Don't it feel so good to be us? Hey, yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Girl, we know we got it going on.
Wow, awesome job, team. Now, let's see what Crazy Aunt Lindsey has coming up next. Hey, Crazy Aunt Lindsey.
Well, hello, welcome back. I'm just getting ready for our next segment, which is coloring and fun. First of all, shout out to you, Aubrey. That dance was something else, and I can't wait for her to send us more dance remixes that we'll be able to do together here in the Fab Lab, and maybe on the next one, I will join her virtually and make a complete fool of myself being fabulous and dancing along. Awesome. I hope that you had fun. If you guys learned your new routine, make sure you have your parents do a little Instagram story and make sure you tag the Fab Lab HQ on Instagram because I would love to see your dances. Okay. I love coloring and fun. Why do I love coloring and fun? Because we always get to try out new products and projects from all kinds of companies all over the internet, and today is a new side of one that we've been working on. Last week we started the Yellow Scope. I don't know if you can see this in the overhead. The Yellow Scope paper chromatography project. This one is so awesome. I'm a huge fan of Yellow Scope's science kits and science boxes that they have. You can check them out at yellowscope.com. We're gonna go back to the paper chromatography box because we started it last week, but we started a little bit later in the manual. We went to a lab in the third section of the booklet that comes with it. I'll do a really quick unboxing. Most of it is already out. So here's the beautiful packaging. So much fun. This is the third box, I think, in their series. They have a chemistry foundations box, which is yellow. They've got an acids and bases box that I think is kind of like a teal color. They've got this box, which is blue, and it's so much fun. And I think they've got one or two more boxes that have come out in the last year or so that I haven't seen yet. So I hope that I'll be able to bring that to you guys in the next couple of weeks since we'll be spending so much time together. But this one is a lot of fun. We are going to get to know the different colors that are inside of the colors that we have. What the heck do I mean by that? Well, so just to do a quick unboxing, like I said, there's already, most of it's already out. I've got my paper, my personal paper and pen over here. This is the beautiful notebook and instruction manual that comes inside of the box. There might be a few things in here like markers left over. Oh, there's another beaker in here. I think we're only going to need one beaker today and a bunch of markers just kind of hanging out. I'll grab them. I'll grab those markers and I'll put them up here just so they get a little less lost. Okay, so we've pulled everything out. The pin, it usually comes with a pin. It's on my other cardigan that I was wearing last week. That's okay, I've been wearing it. I get people ask questions about it all the time. It's so fun to tell them about Yellow Scope. We also have inside of here a few things. Here are some markers, but then this paper is the paper, the special paper that we're going to use to get to know the different colors that are inside of the things that we're going to be discovering. So this is a special kind of paper that's already in the package, and it's attached to the markers that we'll use. There's a dowel and a pipette. There are two dowels and a pipette here, plus a stir, of course a popsicle stick. We've got a little baggie full of toothpicks. Here's a toothpick, a clothespin, a pencil. Here's another beaker, some green food coloring, and then one of my favorite things that come in this box, this super cool lab goggles, the lab gear, oh yes. So I'll leave these on as we walk through this really great illustrated instruction manual, and it tells us what's inside of it, a little bit about the company. We'll skip ahead because we read this last week, but there's just this really sweet note from Kelly and Marcy, who are the founders of Yellow Scope. You've got your great table of contents. And like I said, we skipped all the way down to pigments in paper in the third lab last week because we didn't have on hand some of the extra materials that you'll need. Generally speaking, everything comes inside of this box. I've opened up a minimum of 3 of their 4 or 5 different offerings in Yellow Scope, and everything comes inside. Every now and then, if you want to refill something, you can get more materials, but generally speaking, everything comes inside of here. In this particular case, it called for aluminum foil. The first lab called for aluminum foil, and we're doing these labs in real time. I've never tried this before. This is the first time that I'm opening this particular, well, this is technically the second or third time that I'm opening this particular box. But last week, it was the first time that I ever opened this box. We unboxed it together and we read through the manual together for the first time. And so, you know, sometimes when you do things for the first time, you find out that you don't have everything that you need, which is a very real experience. If you're at home, you might do that. You might open up a new toy and find out, oh my gosh, I don't have batteries. And that's exactly what we're doing here in the Fab Lab Digital Daycare. This is real-time experiences with real projects and real products to see if they're actually really fun. You know, to see if they're actually cool. If you do it post, you can edit it and make it look cool, but is it really fun? And in this particular case, yes, it's really fun. It's actually magical, and I'm super excited to do another lab starting from the beginning because I have aluminum foil this time, but that's me getting ahead of myself. So here's our table of contents. Here is a little bit of how to use the equipment. All of their products, all of their boxes come with these great little manuals. They sort of triple as instruction manuals, notebooks. They're super great. And then of course, little booklets themselves. This could almost be, I could almost just buy, without the box, I could almost just go to a bookstore and buy this and then gather all the supplies and then have a field day with just the plethora, the amazing amount of information, activities, suggestions, tips, tools. In this alone, to me, the whole kit is fantastic, but this booklet is next level. It functions all by itself. You could do hundreds of things just with this alone. So then there's some lab rules. The lab rules are, before beginning the experiment, make sure you're wearing your safety goggles to protect your eyes. You can wear your own glasses if you happen to be a person that wears glasses. Make sure your clothes can get a little messy. Yep, these clothes can get messy. Scientists call the sturdy surface where they do their experiments their lab bench. And our lab bench today is nice and pink. Find an uncluttered space like a kitchen counter, done, or a table. No eating or drinking. Don't be alarmed. This glass of water is not for my consumption. It is to be a part of the next project we're going to do. And then of course, as always, the most important rule in not just the Fab Lab, but also Yellow Scope is to have fun. This is all about being fun. And this little lab rat is so cute. His name is Newton, and I'll read the little excerpt about Newton, who you'll see here in this particular box, in this particular booklet, but Newton is a fixture in all of the boxes. He's a super fun little lab rat that loves helping out with experiments in the lab. He's a real stickler for safety though. Look for him popping up in the lab notebook when there's a special safety tip, and don't let him catch you without your safety goggles on. Oh shucks. Okay, so this section already let me know how I should prepare my chromatography paper, and I already took a sheet out of what comes in the kit, and I cut it up into 12, it's probably about 20 strips about here. So I've already got my paper ready, and that's what this section is letting me know. And then next, what are mixtures? There's a great little section of vocabulary and concepts. What is chemistry? What are mixtures? What's unmixing? And then an activity here, how you can take that to the next level. We haven't even gotten into the lab section yet. Then paper chromatography, shout out to the awesome markers, some different definitions. In chromatography experiments, scientists use the term stationary phase for paper because it does not move, and mobile phase for water because water moves it up the filter. The piece of filter paper with the saturated colors is a chromatogram. Chromatogram? I'm gonna have to work on that word later, but it's so great. Are we ready to get started? I think so. So the first lab has to do with food and filters. I'm super excited about this. I would have loved to have started here last week, but we skipped to the back because we didn't have all the supplies, but this time we do. So let's just do a quick readout of the things that we'll need. And again, it's broken down into two parts. One is what you have in your kit and the other is from home. If you are a fan of Yellowscope and you just so happen to have this box, I would love for you to pull this box out and do it with me. It would be so super fun to do this together. Usually when we're not social distancing, I've got an awesome Fab Lab friend or a Fab Lab professor that's in the experience with me, testing things out, getting to know the products, really having a good time. But right now I'm by myself because we're trying to make sure we're keeping each other healthy by staying home and staying healthy. So it would be really fun if we could do it virtually together. So if you have this, pull it out, let's get started. And if you don't, that's totally okay. As you know, this segment is called Coloring and Fun. So anything can happen at this point. If you have a coloring book, if you've got a puzzle, if you have a game, if you have a book that you'd like to read to yourself, you can read it quietly while I just quickly talk through the next 20 minutes or so, next 10 to 20 minutes of playtime. So you can do whatever you like. This is just you and me time. You time, me time, you and me time. Okay. So for this project, we're going to need from inside of this kit, and most of it's already out, is our safety goggles, our beaker, we've got two, I'll just leave the one out, a pencil, some strips of the chromatography paper cut into 9 centimeters by 1 centimeter wide. We've totally got that down. Some green food coloring, a toothpick, a clothespin, and a dowel. Okay, so a dowel is this. If you don't have this particular kit, or if you don't have a dowel, if you've got most of the things that you see here, if you happen to have a regular sheet of paper, because last week I accidentally didn't use the chromatography paper. I just used regular old printer paper and it worked great. We extracted the colors of the vibrant colors inside of a piece of spinach, and we just used regular old printer paper and it worked great. In this case, we're gonna go and use what's in our kit, our chromatography paper. And so if you don't have a classic dowel, you can totally use a spoon, you can use a fork, you can use a chopstick. I know we've got tons of utensils from all of our takeout that we've been eating as a family, so you can totally use a chopstick for this, but in this case I have a classic dowel. At least I think this is a dowel, I'm almost positive. Okay, so we've got our dowel, and then from home we'll need some good old tap water. Reach down to my Fab Lab drawer for a piece of aluminum foil. I've also got a toothpick. There's always fun stuff hanging out in the Fab Lab drawer, as well as a sheet of white paper. Hopefully my good old trusty notebook will be just fine. Okay, so we have everything that we need to do today's project, and I'm just gonna start reading. Okay, food and filters. Lab 1, experiment 1. Go green. You must have used food coloring as dye in frosting. You might have used food coloring to dye frosting for your cupcakes. But have you ever wondered what makes up a mixture of food coloring? In this experiment in Lab 1, we'll use the chromatography paper to try and unmix green dye. Very interesting. We're going to unmix a color. Have you ever mixed or unmixed a color? We're going to do that today. Let's make a hypothesis. Before starting an experiment, scientists first make a hypothesis. Do we know what a hypothesis is? A hypothesis is a guess or prediction about what you think is going to happen in the experiment with information that normally you do during the first phase of the scientific method, which is research, which is great. So my hypothesis is, I think I'm going to see these colors. What colors do I think are going to be in green? If you were with us last week, we used a piece of spinach to see what colors were inside of the leaf of spinach. What color was making up the chlorophyll? The chlorophyll was green, And I did guess correctly that the two colors that are working together to make the green were yellow and blue. So I'm going to guess the same thing. I'm going to guess that I will see yellow and blue. All right, next I'm going to set up my lab bench. So I'm going to move this box just to the side so I have a little bit more room. Just a little bit more room. Okay. And then I'll move these things to the front. Let's see here. I'm gonna move all these goodies just here. Okay, awesome. So, I'm not sure if I should set it up exactly like this or go here to the actual experiment instructions, but I think this is what we're gonna end up, what it's all gonna end up looking like. So I'm just gonna make sure I've got everything on board. So it said, just looking at this photograph, it looks like I've got a strip of my chromatography paper and a clothespin, and it's right here with the dowel. It's just being suspended by the dowel, which is pretty cool. Not a bad idea. And then I've got a little spot of aluminum foil with a drop of food coloring on it, as well as a pencil nearby, plus my food coloring. Okay, and a toothpick. So I'm just gonna move these over here. And now I'm gonna start reading. Let's get started. Put on your safety goggles. Add 50 milliliters of tap water to the beaker. Cool. Let's see here. Now, my beaker has measurements on both sides. Both are milliliters. I just want to make sure everyone's seeing this in my overhead. Okay. And now I'm going to pour in 50 milliliters of water into my beaker. Uh-oh. Pencil got a little bit wet. That's okay. That's a little bit more than 50 milliliters. So I'm going to pour a little bit out. Woo. A little bit. Are you guys following along? Okay, perfect. All right. Prepare the strip of paper. About 2 centimeters from the bottom of the strip, draw a line with your pencil. Well, I already measured it and it looks like it's a little bit long, so I'm gonna just quickly snip the bottom of my paper because I do think it might be a little bit too long. And I'm gonna snip about 5 centimeters from the bottom. This should be about perfect. That'll be about perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do is with my pencil, I'm going to draw a line with my pencil. Perfect. And then it says to squeeze 1 to 2 drops of food coloring onto a small piece of aluminum foil. Okay, I used this for last week's Star Jar Nightlight, so I'm gonna try and find a piece that doesn't have too many holes in it. I think this piece is gonna be perfect. All right, set that off to the side. And it says to squeeze 1 to 2 drops of food coloring onto a small piece of aluminum foil. So, whoop, 1 drop. Okay. Now, dip the toothpick into the green food coloring and draw a line on top of the pencil line. Okay. So we're going to use the toothpick as a writing utensil. Got it. Ooh, super absorbent. As soon as I put a drop on it, like bleeds on the paper. It's actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
But she said, trust me. These are the stories we will tell.
Can you guys see that in the overhead? It's really fun. It's a really cool effect. I could almost just sit here and do this for a few minutes. Pressing food coloring into chromatography paper. So fun. Okay, cool. Alrighty. All right, so dip the toothpick in the green food coloring and draw a line where the pencil was on the strip. Repeat it a couple of times. Okay, so we naturally did what the instructions were saying. Repeat it 2 or 3 times to get a good amount of green color on the strip. I think we did a good job. Can you see that in the overhead? Can you see what a good job we did? Okay, so I'm gonna put this aside for just a second. And the next thing I'm going to do is clip the strip to a dowel, Dunzino, and using a small clothespin. Now we're going to run the experiment already. To run the experiment, carefully set the dowel across the top of the beaker so that the bottom of the strip of paper touches the water. Don't let the water touch the green line. Okay, so I did a pretty good job when I measured it the first time. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm a little concerned that the green line is going to be touched by the water. So I think what I'm going to do is cut some of the top of my paper this time versus the bottom. Just so the tip of the paper is going to touch the water. And if I have to, I'll happily just do it again. All right, but I think it'll work this time. Gotta get it on the dowel. Okay. Okay, so my chromatography paper is on my dowel, and I think that it's the right height. I think it's just about the right height. And if you're just joining us, we're here with doing a yellow scope science project kit. And this one is the paper chromatography box, and we're just about to start our experiment. All right, so to run the experiment, carefully paste the dowel across of it so the bottom of the strip touches the water but does not touch the green water. I think we're gonna be able to do that. We are, awesome. So when the water moves up most of the way over the next few minutes, the strip of the allow the water to move up the strip through the green line and beyond. When the water has moved most of the way up the strip, about 3 or 4 minutes, remove the strip from the beaker and check the paper. Oh my gosh, this is already, I don't know if you can see this, but it's already happening. It's only been there for a couple of seconds and I can see these beautiful colors that are just bleeding up the chromatography paper. While you're waiting, use your markers to fill in this color wheel. Well, I love it. So this is also, while we're waiting for that to do its scientific thing, there's a project inside of our instruction manual. And what this is asking us to do is to use our markers to fill in the colors that we think are going to be. So I'm thinking this is a bit of a color science project where it's letting us know what colors actually combine to make what. So in this particular case, we've got blue and red, which are known as primary colors, and they come together to make purple. So I'm gonna just color in while I'm waiting for my chromatography magic to happen. I'm just gonna do a little quick coloring. Who knew that today's coloring and fun was going to actually involve coloring? This is awesome. This is so great. I love this. And then the next one is what happens when yellow and red come together. And I'm almost positive that makes orange. So I'm going to reach in to my kit and grab an orange marker. Put my box down. And again, I'm just waiting anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes for my chromatography to be working. So while I do that, I'm just going to do this little activity that the Yellow Scope kit offers, which is so great. And of course, yellow and blue, the two primary colors that I hypothesize are going to become visible in this project with our chromatography paper is green. Oh, you know what? I don't know why I didn't just take out all the markers, because there are multiple shades of green in here. Okay. Great. So the next thing I'm going to do is pick a green. Let's see. I'm going to do a dark green. I don't do too much in the way of dark green, and it'll be fun to offer that. So the yellow and the blue, which again is what I hypothesize I'm going to see in my chromatography, is made by yellow and blue, and so I'm just going to color that in. This is so great. So great. This is great. Okay. So now I think it's been at least 3 minutes, and I can see here just how wonderfully this is working. I don't know if you can see this in the overhead or straight on, but look at this. Take a look at this. We just took our chromatography paper out of our regular old water, regular old tap water, and look, we can see the green. We started way down here, and now it's bled all the way up, and we're seeing some light yellow with some green rims and green bleeding. But then right at the top, what do we see? We see a really beautifully sharp shade of blue. It's gorgeous. So going back to my hypothesis, I hypothesize that I'll see yellow and blue, and that's exactly what's happening here. We started with green food coloring, and now we can see all the beautiful shades that are happening. And so here, this going back to our tech activity page, our experiment page, it's asking us to place the strip on a piece of white paper to observe the colors. I don't need to do that right now. I could, but in this particular case, it's resting beautifully on the beaker itself. So I'll let it hang out there on the dowel. And then observe the colors and then let it dry. I'm gonna let it dry, but while I do that, I'm going to draw my results, my before and after results. So what I see is a pretty, almost like, it's like a mix between aqua blue and dark blue. And so I'm gonna start with aqua blue at the top here, just about a third of the way from the top. And then I'm going to add some dark blue to it, just in a few spots. I'm gonna try to replicate or repeat what I see. Yeah, I see like a little dark blue divot here and a little dark blue divot there, but generally speaking, it's a nice, beautiful, like aqua blue, and then it bleeds into green in the blue parts, in the darkest blue parts. So I'm gonna do some green lines. I'm gonna do some green lines here. Yeah, and then I'm gonna finish up with a little bit of yellow. I'm gonna try not to mix my colors. And so now I'm gathering my lab results from my experiment. If I had some watercolor paint, I would probably try to make a watercolor of this, because that's what this looks like. This looks like a beautiful watercolor. Awesome. This looks like a beautiful watercolor on the chromatography paper. And then I'm gonna check out the last page of this particular lab experiment, where it says, what's going on? Awesome. And again, this entire yellow scope manual that comes inside the box is full of at least 9 projects. I mean, minimum 9 projects. There's 3 labs in each section, and then at least 3 experiments per lab. Okay, so what's going on? When the water touches the filter paper, the paper absorbs the water like a sponge. The water travels up the paper by a process called capillary action. When the water reaches the green line, it puts the dye, it pulls the dye along with it and separates it out into the different colors that make up the green dye mixture. The results from your Yellowscope lab. When we did this experiment in the Yellowscope lab, the green food coloring didn't clearly separate into blue and yellow as we predicted in our hypothesis. Same. I really have to work on this word. It's totally baffling me. Our chromatogram mostly showed green and blue and not much yellow. Are your results similar? Well, let's take a look. Yes, our results are almost exactly the same, except theirs is a nice like compact line at the top, whereas ours has some pretty like watercolored bleeding. But it looks super similar. It's got the sort of yellow, like light green yellow action with the dark crisp blue up top. And then we do have quite a bit more green visible than them, I think. But it's pretty much the same. When scientists get different results than they expected, they will often repeat the experiment and change some of the conditions. This is called troubleshooting. In experiment 2, we'll repeat this experiment and troubleshoot to improve our results. Well. I love that. And I think that that's what we'll pick up later this week or next week when we do part 2 of this project to try the troubleshooting. I hope that you enjoyed this experiment. And I hope that you'll join me when we do even more of these projects, because Yellowscope, like I said, is one of my favorite kids science products and kits for kids. They're just absolutely magical. Hours and hours and hours of fun. I legitimately, these are one of my favorite things to test out. So make sure you check them out. I think they're at Yellowscope on Instagram, and I'm pretty sure it's yellowscope.com that you can find them if you want to check out this box or any of the other things that they might offer. And of course, stay tuned to Fab Lab Digital Daycare, where we will go through this box and at least one of the other boxes in the days ahead. Now you know what's coming up next? Yep, it's story time in the Fab Lab. Meet me in the Fab Lab library, where we will close up with an awesome story from my heart to yours. I'll see you in a few seconds. Go wash your hands. Hey everybody, welcome to the Fab Lab Library, where I pull a book off of my shelf and share it with all of you. So today is special. I've been saying it all day, but it's true. We're going to read a kid's book about series. This one is going to be about depression. I've been getting a couple of emails from parents and tweets and texts from friends who are experiencing a new emotion right now with having to be cut off from their friends, not at school, not at work, they're home a lot with their families, it's self-isolation. It can be not having more of your community in your immediate vicinity can sometimes cause a little bit of a feeling of aloneness, sadness, and parents are looking for a way to explain this to themselves as well as to their children, because we're all feeling this. We're feeling this right now. And so I thought it would be really great to break out a kid's book about depression to help all of you learn a little bit more about what depression is. And hopefully it'll help you to feel better if this is something that you're experiencing right now. I've never read this book before, so we're going to go on the journey together. You ready? A kid's book about depression. This book is best read together, grown up and kid. I think we got that part down. Okay. This is the intro. Hey, grown up. I know that delving into the subject of depression can feel like jumping off of a diving board into an ocean of unknowns. I hope you know that your willingness to discuss this topic with your kid opens up a safe space and place of compassion as you navigate these waters yourself. These waters together. Vulnerability is the soil of connection and growth, and it's a privilege to walk with you and your kids as you discuss the topic of depression together. I hope it gives you a framework to better understand yourself, your child, or a loved one in your life. That's so sweet. That's a message from the author who we're going to meet right now. My name is Kylia. and I have depression. Have you ever heard the word depression before? It might sound new, strange, or even scary. But it's actually something a lot of people have. I am one of those people. Let me share my story with you. Thank you, Kylia. I don't remember the first time I felt my depression. I didn't even know that what I was feeling had a name. But it felt like being trapped in a fog that I couldn't see through clearly. I don't know if you can see, but this really beautiful font that visually expresses what the feeling is like. Talking, laughing, and doing fun things didn't seem to matter anymore. Color even seemed to lose its color. Songs sounded like noise, and nothing felt kind or beautiful or safe. When I felt depression, it made me feel lonely and scared. Like if I felt too much sadness, I would get swallowed up and in that fog and disappear. And the font sort of disappears. It's really a beautifully done book. Everything made me feel like crying or being angry. Sometimes for no reason at all. And sometimes I didn't feel, even when I wanted to. It seemed like anything I did or said was wrong, and that I wasn't ever enough. The longer this went on, the more I would feel useless, wrong, bad, lonely, scared, or invisible. And of course, I thought I was the only one who felt this way. But maybe I wasn't the only one. Have you ever felt this way? Like there's a wall separating you from everyone else? Like you can't be happy no matter how hard you try? Like you don't get to choose how you feel? Like everyone thinks you're fine, but you're not? That is depression. Depression is a disorder that causes the brain to feel so sad, discouraged, and lonely that it gets in the way of living everyday life. So, how did I find out that I had depression? Well, one day I started to cry and I couldn't stop. And words and tears came flooding out of me like an ocean. And I told the most important person in my life all the things that I had been feeling inside, the things that they could not see. I told this person about the fog, the sadness, and the loneliness. And they hugged me. And they finally saw what was going on inside of me. Finally, I wasn't alone anymore. I didn't know exactly what I needed, but I knew that I needed help. So I got help, and help looked like this: meeting with a doctor, letting myself feel, talking to others, giving myself a break, taking medicine, doing things I loved again, and not having to be alone. If you feel like this now, or have ever felt that before, help may look like telling someone you feel safe with, talking with a counselor, letting others take care of you, helping others in need, or trying a medicine. When I got help, something amazing started happening. Sharing about my depression took the bricks from the wall I built around my heart and turned them into a bridge. A bridge back to me, the real me. And I started to notice all of the color and music and smiles around me again. I couldn't sit in the sunlight and laugh without pretending anymore. I could sit in the sunlight and laugh without pretending anymore. I was learning to see through the darkness and the fog without letting it take over. So now, when I start to feel depressed, I remember I'm not alone. I tell someone how I'm feeling. I do something that makes me happy, and I ask for help. The end. If any of you are feeling sad or have feelings that you can't explain, and you need a safe place to share that information, your parents are a really great place to start, but so are other people in your community that you can have access to right now. For a list of those resources, please make sure you and your parents are signed up for the Fab Lab Nightly newsletter, where I will share some resources to help with things like depression, domestic violence, and so much more during this time of isolation. Thank you so much for joining me here in the Digital Daycare. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.